record this, so for those who don't hop on, they'll be able to get it. Okay, so hi you guys. Shay's literally in the boonies right now, so she has no service. That's why I'm here. So I'm so excited for y'all. English for you guys to meet Bailey. Literally one of my best friends. We became Instagram BFFs and finally met each other. I'm so excited for you guys to meet her. So Bailey, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can unmute yourself. If you can't, just let me know. But can you just start by like introducing yourself, sharing your story, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so my name is Bailey. Number one, I'm so excited to be on here. But my name is Bailey. For those of you who don't know me, I went double last month. But a little bit about my story is mine and Cheyenne stories are very similar, very similar. Promoting sense. But I joined this business 2 years ago. My mom and my stepdad had just got a divorce. Obviously, I was living with them because who wouldn't live with their freaking parents? You don't have bills to pay, right? So that's what I was doing. And my family kind of crumbled. They got a divorce. My mom went one way, my stepdad went the other way, and I was like, all right, like, time to put on my big girl pants and go adult, right? So that's what I went and did. I then very quickly had to drop out of college because I couldn't afford that. I was working 2 full-time jobs. I was a waitress at a steakhouse. I was a full-time daycare teacher. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, literally, I could not pay my bills. I was robbing Peter to pay Paul, and I was like, I was not made for this. Like, I was made for so much more. And y'all, like, I would go to bed at night. Actually, I wouldn't even go to bed. Like, I couldn't sleep because I was just so stressed about how I was going to pay this bill or how I could skip this bill that I paid last month so I could pay a different bill this month, and so on and so forth. And one night, it was like 9 o'clock at night, this girl that I grew up with, she had messaged me on Facebook. And she was like, hey girl, like, I just really feel like you'd be super good at what I'm doing. Do you want some more info? And I was like, yeah, sure. But y'all, like, I didn't ask any questions. I didn't ask what this business was. I didn't ask what this business, like, what kind of products this business sold. I was just like, I need something to freaking make money. I need something to make ends meet. So if you got it, let me have it. Like, I'm down. So I spent $100. Keep in mind, I didn't have $100 to spend. I took $100 out of my rent money that month. I really didn't know how I was going to pay rent after that, but it was okay. And I just put my head down and got to work. And my very first month, I made $500. $500. I know a lot of people are like, well, I made 20, I made 30. It was a God thing, y'all. So not only did I make my $100 back, I was able to pay, bills, get caught up on things. And ever since then, it's just been like, it's been crazy. It's been a ride. That is for sure. Yeah. So
I love your story. It just like makes me so happy. So I kind of wanted to go like more in depth. Words are hard today. Sorry, y'all. So can you kind of go on like a timeline of like when you've promoted and like kind of like all of that jazz to kind of like lead into everything else?
Yeah. It's hot in here, sorry. Okay, so probably when I first joined, I signed 3 people, and obviously I got my fast starts off of them. And 2 months after I signed those 3 people, I went Ruby, and then probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 months after that, I hit Emerald. So when I hit Emerald, I was able to quit one of my full-time jobs. It alleviated a lot more things in my life then. I really understood the compensation plan. I really understood how to make the most money that I could, which I feel like is very important. If you guys don't know the comp plan, go to your eSuite and read it. And then a year in, I hit the rank Diamond. You guys, that was my dream rank. And it was just something that I worked so hard towards, but it crumbled really, really fast. I'm not going to lie. So I went Diamond. I didn't have a team that was ready for Diamond, but I just wanted it so bad for myself that I did whatever I could possibly do to make that promotion happen. So it really wasn't a promotion for my team. It was a promotion for me, which number one is the most selfish thing that I feel like you could ever do. If you don't have a team that's ready for something, you're not ready for it. And I never maintained diamond after that. Ever. An entire year, you guys, I never maintained my rank. It didn't matter how hard I tried. I never maintained it, but I never gave up either. Because my logic was, if I were to give up, I'm going to go back to being the same broke person I was before. So why give up? Just trust in the journey. And that's what I kept telling myself. Like, this business got hella hard, like really quick. Trust me. I feel all the way back to executive. From diamond to executive, that's a big drop. But I never gave up. I just kept going. I kept going. I kept going. And I just knew, like, somewhere inside of me, I was like, I'm going to pull this out. Like, I'm going to have a comeback, and my comeback's going to be so much stronger than my setback. It is. I know it is. And so February, this past February, I maintained my rank of diamond. I maintained for 2 months, and then I hit double in April. And there was nothing more rewarding, not even for me, for my freaking team to hit a rank like that. I had so many moms be able to stay home with their kids. I had so many people just be able to have an extra $50. If you don't know, my team is full of moms. I don't know where they come from. I don't know how I attract them, but my team's full of moms, and I'm not a mom. They were able to buy diapers for their babies and things like that. So I don't know, it was the most rewarding thing in the entire world. And I feel like when it becomes more of a team effort and not a you effort, no matter how bad you want it, it's going to happen. Your team's going to move mountains. You're going to move mountains. And I really think it took for me, being in the lowest of low to hit executive and then to come all the way back to double. It was just you did the damn thing. Y'all did the damn thing. You can do anything you set your mind to if you're going to put in the work. And, you always have to keep in mind, God has the funniest sense of humor. And just because you're not promoting right now or whatever it may be, it's just not your time, because he has a plan for you. And if you're going to trust that plan, and if you're going to stay true to your journey, it's going to happen. You just have to give it time to happen. If I were to compare my team to y'all's team, I would have quit a long freaking time ago, because Cheyenne's team, y'all are promoting left and right, and that's just not my journey, but that's okay. I was going to say something else, but I lost my train of thought, so keep going and I'll come back.
You're fine. If it pops back, just let me know. But
Okay.
Going on with what you said, why did you never give up? Was there?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Okay, so my plan A was corporate America, right? We grow up, corporate America is where it's at. I'm going to go be a teacher. Teachers don't make anything. Or I'm going to go be a doctor or a lawyer. If that's you, if you love that, kudos to you. But that's not what I like. That's not my life. You don't make anything. It's okay. And so, plan A was corporate America. Well, I was working 2 full-time jobs and still couldn't make ends meet. And plan B was it worked. So I was already at my plan B. So where else was I going to go? Plan A didn't work. So here I am. And the reason I never left this business was truthfully just for the fact of I could never leave my team. I could never leave my team behind and just leave them astray, honestly. I couldn't do that, and I knew that I was put in this position to lead other people, not to only better my life, but to help all these other people better their lives. I mean, were there times where I was I can't do this? Hell yeah, there was. 2 green carpets ago, I didn't go. My upline is Jordan Molinak. She did a Zoom for y'all not too long ago. I literally called her on the phone crying. While she was at green carpet, I was like, Jordan, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't think I can do this. I'm not promoting. It was just always so about me, 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 me. Get you out of your head, because it's not about you. So I feel that's where I just I kept going. And I feel when people start this business or they get a couple months in and they're man, this is hard. It's hard, but I feel you have to choose your hard. My hard was being broke. My hard was not being able to pay my bills. My hard was crying every night and not being able to sleep because I didn't know what else to do. I did everything I was taught to do. I did the corporate America. I racked up the debt. I did all the things. That was my hard. My hard was not getting out of my comfort zone, talking to new people, or growing my network, or sharing these products with people. Like, that wasn't my heart. My heart was a life of like not being able to pay my bills, being in debt, like that type of thing. So I feel like if you're ever stuck, like, you have to figure out what your heart is, and you have to figure out truthfully why you started this business, and just run from there.
I love that. That's so true. I love how you said like you couldn't leave your team, because I mean, like, I feel like all of us go through like hard things in this business, and like even me for myself, like that's what kept me going was my team. It's like I couldn't leave these girls behind, and I just love how you said that, because I completely feel that. So what did you do when your business like wasn't going the way that you wanted it? Like, I mean, obviously you didn't let it get to you, but like what was like your mindset through all of that?
So I feel like my mindset was kind of like anybody else's to begin with. You're like, can I really do this? Like, am I actually worthy of this? I came this far for it all to crumble underneath me. And I'm not being a negative Nancy here, but it happens to a lot of people, and that's okay. But like I said, it's not about your setback, it's about your comeback. The grass can only be greener where you watered it, and I learned that very, very fast. Yeah, I could have left and gone to another company, you're right, but I didn't do that. So when my business kind of like crumbled, I texted Cheyenne Knox, and I was like, I need some help. Like, I really need your help. Like, I don't know what to do. Because I remember she went diamond, and it literally crumbled for her. And I just felt like she could really, like, I could really relate to her. And she was like, Bailey, just take a deep breath. Like, you just need to take a step back, and you need to look. Is it you? Is it your team? Like, what's holding all of this back? What is making everything crumble? Like, take a step back. And she was like, and I know as much as you don't want to hear it, like, it's probably you. It's probably your leadership. And I was like, no, it's not. Like, it's not me, because that's what we all think. Like, it could never be us, right? Like, but it was. I took a step back, and I was like, I was the leader at the end of the month. I was like, okay, guys, like, who wants a cleanse? Like, who wants to order a cleanse? Like, don't be that person. Don't be that person. And that's how I was. And I just realized, like I said before, like, I was working this business just for myself. Like, I wasn't working this business for my team. I wasn't working this business to like make it look appealing to the outside. It was truthfully just for me. So I took a step back, and I figured out how to lead my team different. And that was probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do, because it was like, all I've ever known is this. So now I have to transition to this, and I wasn't really sure how. And y'all, it took a lot of self-development. It took a lot of praying. It took a lot of just like talking to different leaders and just figuring out like what worked best for my team and how they learned best. And I just ran with it, and I don't know, we're headed to triple, so we're doing something right.
I love that. Kind of going off of what you said there at the end, what did you do whenever you were discouraged and like feeling funky with your business? Like you said, you did personal development, but
yeah,
could you kind of like go in more depth in that?
I feel like, so me and a girl on my team, she's the most amazing person on my team. Her name is Hannah Reeves. We both fell into a rut together, which I feel like it was not a good thing. You never want to fall into a rut with somebody on your team. You truthfully don't. With that being said, you never want to fall into a rut. So when I did, I was just like, oh, poor pity me. Like, nothing's ever going to come up from here. I'm going to be a Ruby forever. But I keep telling people I'm a diamond. And I just had this self-conflicting like doubt with myself. And so from there, I was like, okay, I did the self-development, I did all the things, but the thing that truthfully helped me the most, and this might sound so stupid to some of you, I don't care, but I pulled out a journal, and any negative thought I had, I wrote it on a piece of paper. Any positive thought I had, I wrote it on a piece of paper, and I would have everywhere, just like, you're worthy, you're a diamond, you're a double. Anywhere I turned, I just had all these like motivational quotes, and then I took the negative out of my head when I wrote it on a journal. And I feel like that was my biggest thing. But another thing that's huge is if you keep telling yourself you're in a rut, you're always going to be in a freaking rut. Like you are. It's true. Whatever you set out into the universe, that's what's going to happen. So when you're sitting here saying, I'm in a rut, I'm not enrolling, I'm never going to be a diamond, I'm never going to be a ruby, all those things are going to happen. So stop being negative and put your positive pants on and get to freaking work. That's just what I told myself, and it works.
I love that, positive pants. Shay always tells us to put on our enrolling pants. So that just use that. So one of the next things was, how did you get your team to show up with you? Obviously you said that your team crumbled. Did you go back to those people? Did you find new blood? Like, what was your journey through that?
So when I first started this business, I had a lot of older people on my team, which is totally fine. A lot of those people are still there, but I feel like that's where you kind of have a disconnect in a sense, because they're thinking way different than you're thinking. So my team crumbled. Yeah, I had tons of people leave, and I was just like, what the hell do I do now? Like, I can fill these boxes with volume, but 3 months from now, it's just going to fall off because nobody's working there except for me. So I brought in a lot of new blood. I retrained all of my new distributors, and I was just like, look, like this is what we have to do. This is what you have to do to get to where you want to go, because I was never really asking people what their goals were. I truthfully just looked at people as dollar signs. In my mind, that's how it was. And I really think it's just because I was very young and naive. And when I joined this business, I was broke. So when you can see all this money, you're just like, money, 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 which is okay in a sense. But then you have to realize, like, well, hey, like that, it's just not it. So the first way I got my team to show up is I showed up. And I know there's so many of you on here, you're probably like, Bailey, I show up. You probably don't show up for your team every day. And I just want you to sit there and like realize that you can't show up once a week. You can't show up twice a week. You can't show up 5 days a week. You better be showing up 7 days a week before you talk about your team not ever showing up. Because they're going to do what you do. And if you don't show up one day, they're not going to show up for 5 days. And you have to realize that. And that was one of the biggest things that I did. I showed up every single day. My team chats were dead. And when I talk dead, like, you can scroll through it and I'm the only one in it. And then eventually, like, I was just bringing this new blood in. I was showing up every single day. They saw that. I was putting my enrollments in there. Then other people just randomly started putting their enrollments in there. And it just became like this big, like, I just really felt like we had a movement in our team. And it was one of the most rewarding things, but it was a time that I learned the most about myself and about my team. So to get my team to show up, like I said, I showed up every single day. I just started helping them. Like, sometimes I just feel like we're like, oh, we're not going to baby our team. Like, we're not going to do this or we're not going to do that. Till this day, I still put a 6 list in my team chat for my team to do every single day. I don't care what anybody says. I do it because I'm constantly adding new people in there, number one. And then we started doing this. Whenever we complete something on that 6 list, we're like, okay, following on Instagram, done. Messages, done. So that's also showing everybody in my chat that not everybody sits down at one time and gets this whole entire thing done in their life is so perfect. You know, sometimes I don't even get my 6 list done until midnight, but that's okay because it got done. And they see that. They're seeing that I didn't go to bed till my stuff was done for me to run my business successfully. And I feel like that's been the biggest thing.
Yeah, I definitely feel like leading from the front. I mean, like exactly what you said, just like being that person for your team, like doing the things, like instead of you just like, I don't know what that word is, but like instead of you just asking, you're doing it. So it's like showing them to do it. I feel like that like really makes a difference as a whole. So I guess this kind of like, this like all is just like flowing together, but why is consistency so important? Like, I don't know if
Okay, that's really funny because I have been talking to this potential distributor all freaking day. And she's like, well, how are you so successful? How are you this? How are you that? And I literally, all I could tell her, I was like, I'm just consistent. Like, I don't know. Like, my success came from consistency, and any leader will tell you that. And she was like, but I just don't get it. Like, what does that mean? I'm like, how many people have you seen join a network marketing company and leave and join another one? Or how many people have you seen leave their current company and then come back to it and they're never successful after that? I mean, some people are, but a lot of people aren't. And it's just because people will no longer trust you after that. You know, these people, when people go through dry season, so we call it, which you should never have a dry season if you're planting enough seeds, but that's neither here nor there. But when people have dry seasons, they're like, I'm not getting anything. Like, I'm not getting anywhere. And I'm just like, but are you being consistent? Like, all these times that we have months where we're not enrolling as many customers as we were before, you still have so many freaking people watching you, and you have no idea. You know, like, I have had, and I'm not a master distributor enroller by any means, but this month, I have had so many people just come out of the cracks. People that I went to school with that made fun of me for starting this business. And they're like, Bailey, tell me what you do. Like, how are you doing this? And when people say, like, hustle till your haters ask if you're hiring, do it, because it is going to freaking happen. So consistency, I feel like, is everything, and that's just in and of itself. Like, I feel like it's pretty explanatory, but I don't go a day without posting on my Instagram story, Facebook story. I don't go a day, what is on my nail? I don't go a day without posting on my Facebook. I post on my Facebook at least 2 to 3 times, on my Instagram once. It's just the algorithm thing. I don't know. Because think about it. Does Walmart ever not advertise? Does Walmart ever close their stores for 2-3 days in a row? And, you know, do they do that? No. And look how much money Walmart makes, right? Because even when people didn't want to shop there and people didn't know what Walmart was, now Walmart's greatly known. So why can't you do the same? And sometimes this sounds so stupid, but I look at this journey, it's so stupid. But, like, I look at my business as I do when I'm getting my nails done. Like, when those Chinese ladies are doing my nails, I'm like, that looks real bad. Like, I don't know where this is going. And then at the end, it's like, this is bomb. Like, you did great. Like, and that's how I look at my business. It's just like, things get tough, things get rough and hairy and all the things, but the what's the word I'm looking for?
End goal? End project?
Kinda, end goal. It's just, like, such a great picture. And I don't know, I'm getting so off topic here, but you just have to be consistent. You can never have your doors closed, because that one day that you close your doors is the one day that 50 people were going to message you about a product. Think about it that way. You know, I've had so many people tell me, like, I've been following you forever, and I've just been too scared to talk to you about it. I'm like, thank God I didn't close my doors today, or you would have gone somewhere else. There's so many It Works distributors, you guys. Like, so many. If you ever leave a message in your inbox for more than an hour, unless you're, like, sleeping or something, shame on you, okay? Literally, because that person has probably already found another It Works distributor and either joined them or bought product from them. And that's just what you have to understand. And that's what I've always been told in my business from day one is consistency. And that's what I've trained my team. And consistency is everything.
I love that. I like what you said about just, like, always keeping your doors open, because, like, there are so many other It Works distributors. And, like, I remember, like, when I was moving in my apartment here with my boyfriend, like, obviously we're, like, packing in boxes, and, like, it's so crazy, but, like, I had my phone on me. I turned my ringer on. Every single time someone messaged me, if it was something that I could, like, have a text replacement to reply with, I was sending it. But if they, like, wanted information, I sent them a voice memo, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to help you. I'm actually moving into my apartment right now. Just, like, I let them know that I was busy, but I was going to get back with them. And then that night, I'm over here on my phone just, like, texting, and then, like, everything was fine. So it's just, like,
but I also like that. I like that because you're showing somebody that you're a real person. I feel like so often people think we're just robots behind screens, and that's why people think what we do is a scam or whatever. Let people know that you're busy. Let people know that you have a real life outside of this business, and it's going to change everything for you.
Exactly. Yeah, I love how you said that. And that's another thing. I feel like voice memos just really kind of helped me Yeah, like Kayla, she goes, yep, I'm always say that I'm teaching dance. Like, exactly. It's just like, you just have to let them know that, like, look, I want to help you, but like, I'm busy right now. And like, they're human. They're going to understand that. So that was all the questions for tonight. But did you have like any like last minute tips or anything that you just kind of wanted to add on? Or if anyone has any questions, add them in the chat, and then we can go through and answer them.
Yeah, if you have any questions, that'd be awesome. Let me see if there's like any in here.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Someone said tips.
What kind of tips are you asking for? I don't know who iPhone is.
Okay, someone was asking for a 6 list. So like, what are like 6 things that you do daily for your business?
So I feel like, honestly, I feel like your 6 list depends on what rank you're shooting for in a sense. I recently just changed my 6 list, obviously, because I'm pushing for triple. But the 6 list I make for my team is they make either a business post or a product post every single day on Instagram and Facebook. They post an Insta story over product every single day, and then they just share bits throughout their day of just their regular life to show that they're not a robot. I have them add 50 people on Facebook every day, and then they add 100 plus on Instagram every day. They're at least sending out 50 messages. And then a big thing that I really preach to my team is self-development. Go do a devotional, go do a podcast, go watch a YouTube video, that type of thing. So yeah, that's kind of the 6 list. And then do you listen to any podcasts? YouTube for self-development. I actually just started listening to the Jenna Kutcher podcast. I really like her. I listen to Rachel Hollis. On YouTube, I just go listen to Jade Hooper. I'm sure y'all are like, why? But I love Jade Hooper. I learned some really great things from her.
Yeah, I love that lady. I also added her 6 list in the chat. So the message from me is just like what she was saying that she does. And then Lindsay had asked, what are some tips for big volume at the end of the month?
So I feel like big volume isn't always you. It's going to be your team too. So I actually just started an incentive with my team. I can read it to you. Sorry, I was watching a video. Hold on. So I like to do incentives for my team. I just happen to do this one at the end of the month. But so basically what it is there's 3 categories they can potentially win. It says, here it goes. Category 1, you can get a one-on-one coaching call with a top leader, preset edit for your picture, or t-shirt from the work store. You have to enroll at least 60 volume in the next 72 hours, and you get to pick one thing from the category above. And then my category 2 is a planner or a tumbler with your name and dream rank on it and a Target gift card. And to win that, they have to sign 100 volume, and they only get to pick one thing. And then category 3 is an Instagram makeover, which I feel like anybody can freaking use that, or a massage, but they only get to pick one or the other. And they have to enroll at least 200 volume in the next 72 hours. So I feel like when you put a time like something on that, it encourages people to work a lot more, a lot harder, and a lot faster. But for myself, at the end of the month, there are no freaking limits. None. You need to be pulling out all the giveaways, all the deals, all the whatever, and just do it. Like last month when I went double, I did the swimsuit giveaway. I think I saw Cheyenne do it, and I just started doing it. But that was very helpful. So all of my new customers, I told them, I was like, hey, if you get a weight loss package, you get a free swimsuit, and then you're also going to be entered into the giveaway that we were doing as a team as a whole. And people really liked that. And then I reached out to all of my old loyal customers under all of my legs, and I was like, hey, this is so-and-so. If you order weight loss product, I'll be sending you a free swimsuit. People, they're all over swimsuits. And the thing I really like about the whole swimsuit idea is that if they're truthfully using these products, they're going to want to eventually wear a swimsuit in the summer to show off their results. And then people are going to be like, wow, you look really good. How'd you do that? And then that's another way to get somebody else into your business. Mm-hmm. So I like giveaways that are like that. Truthfully, just like don't give up. Like you might fall short, but if you did everything you could to make a promotion happen and it didn't, that's fine. But if you go to bed at midnight on the last day and you're like, damn, like I could have done a lot more, that's kind of on you. So I don't know, that's where big volume is just, I feel like people think big volume, they just think themselves. And when you're talking big volume, like that's a team thing. That's not just a you thing. And that kind of goes back with, you have to show up every single day to expect your team to show up and do big things like that. So yes. And then this Melissa said, yes, daily routine for the business. I feel like I'm overthinking it. Please keep in mind that this business is supposed to be fun. And the second you aren't having fun is the second that you're going to resent every single thing in this business. You have to remember that. Like, we're not in this business to be glued to our phone 24/7 and be miserable and whatever. Like, this business is supposed to be fun. And the second that you start overthinking things, take a step back, take a breather, drink some water, and just do your 6 list. Like, we have a 6 list for a reason. Finish your 6 list. Once you're done, if you're like, man, I could do some more, go do some more. But if you have completed your 6 list every single day, good for you. Like, that was your goal for the day, and you accomplished it. And that's what I always tell my team.
Yeah, and even like last night, we went to the Try It in Dallas yesterday, and me, Shay, and a couple other girls, we like didn't get any work done all day. So we came back to my apartment, and we literally did like I think it was like technically a 2-hour power hour, but we did our 6 list, and then we were kind of just like, okay, so then we just like restarted the timer, and then we just did another 6 list. But it was just like the power hour after power hour, and like everyone's daily routine is going to be different depending on your schedule. I mean, Bailey still works a full-time job, and then I work from home all day. So our daily routines are going to be completely different. It's just finding, like, you know what to do that's going to get you to the next level, and it's just making sure that you do that every single day, regardless if Bailey has to do it at 7 a.m. and then I do mine at 2 a.m. Like, it just getting it done is what's going to get you there.
Another thing that I wanted to touch base on was, like, I don't know if y'all have people on your team that are like, I just cannot enroll. Like, I can't enroll a customer to save my life. I can't enroll a distributor to save my life. Whatever. I don't know what this video is called. It's one of Jada Hooper's videos, but it's literally just talking about, like, how people trust you. And if y'all haven't watched this, go watch it. If I find it, I'll send it to Cheyenne. But basically, like, if you are not putting yourself out there as, like, a normal everyday person outside of this business, people think you're a robot. But when you're talking to people, build a relationship with them, because people aren't going to order from you if they don't trust you. People don't join your team if they don't trust that you can help them, if they don't trust that you can help them make money, if they don't trust that you're in this business for the right reasons. And that is just such a huge thing that you have to learn. You have to build trust with people. That's what this whole business is about. You go shop at Target because you trust that they're going to have exactly what you want. And they take my money every freaking time I go in there. So you really have to build trust with people. And that's why I like the whole voice memo features now, like on Instagram and things like that, is because they can hear the excitement in my voice. They can hear how much I love this business or how much I love these products. If you are not using voice messaging or anything like that, you're really doing your business a disservice. And so yeah, you just really have to build that trust with people, and you're gonna get to everywhere that you want to be.
I love that. And also, like, along with that, it's just like consistency. Like, if you're consistently doing the things that you need to be doing, posting, showing off these amazing results, that's what's going to build the trust. And then as soon as you get your own personal results, I feel like that's when my business completely blew out of the water, because I could physically show that I had results from these products, which like immediately took off.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any last minute questions? Just want to make sure we get everything answered before we hop off.
I know this was really short. I talk really fast.
Probably would have gone like 4 hours for me.
Yeah, if you have any last minute questions, let me know. But I don't think so.
Okay, well, I appreciate you hopping on, Bailey. Appreciate everyone else hopping on, listening to her amazing tips. If y'all have any questions and it happens to be after the video, message me. I'll text her and I'll get back with you. But I'll go ahead and